points it to that address that you're going to give us.
We moved to Houston a week after we got married. Started our journey in Midtown.
We rented for a year and then decided that we really wanted to spend our money more wisely.
When I met James and Megan, they were in the Midtown area in a nice apartment, and they liked that area. You know, it's a fun, hip part of the city. But they also knew that they were spending money on rent versus spending money on a home and purchasing an asset for them.
We didn't want to see every rent check go down the drain. It kind of felt like we were just throwing money away.
Whenever we were ready to buy a home, we were really looking for a place that would kind of be a haven for us, that was not too far from the city, but also wasn't a tiny apartment right next to downtown.
The other thing that they were looking for is something that they could move into and not have to, you know, maybe you paint or whatever, but you kind of move in and you're settled in. And so they knew that their budget and the location and everything was going to have to kind of line up pretty perfectly.
That really helped us buy that. We found a home that had vaulted ceilings and granite countertops and stainless steel appliances, and it had been renovated very well, so it really fit everything that we wanted.
We're ready to buy it at this price. We'll give it our final offer. And he actually negotiated even lower than that. Because he just knew that he could get it.
When inspections come in, I know what's on that report. I understand it because I've designed and built homes. Even though the home had been redone, there was still some items that needed to be fixed. And so we actually negotiated some repairs and got them several $1,000s back at closing.
So we moved into our dream house, and about 6 months later, James had this great opportunity. So we contacted Matt again and said, hey, believe it or not, it's time to sell.
We had a really tricky situation for us because of the sensitivity surrounding, well, you know, I mean, are we going to have to pay money to get out of this house?
So we met at my office and went over some strategies.
He wanted to try this new technique with us where he didn't let anyone come see the house for a while, and it kind of built tension, and we had people knocking on our door before the open house wanting to know if they could just come in for a sneak peek.
We got multiple offers. We were actually able to get 5 offers on the home, sold it for over asking price, navigated a few things. We did have an appraisal issue, however we actually got we were in the seller's favor at this point, and so they actually made out with a little bit of a profit, even though they had just purchased a home 7 months ago.
Before the open house, I asked Matt, I said, you know, what do our prospects look like? And he said, pack your bags, because he was pretty confident, and at first I thought he was kind of throwing around some hubris, but it turns out he really knew what he was talking about.
We're comfortable with it because the funds are in this building and not
Right.
with their lender.
Matt was always available for us to ask questions, and since this was our first time going through the process, there was a lot of terminology and lots of different processes that I had never been through before, and he was just very welcoming and understood that this was an emotional process for us, and so it was nice to be able to feel like I could ask him whatever questions I had and kind of tell him any concerns I had, and it was easy to be open with him.